Hi everybody, this is Pam with Jesusjunkjournals, and I am working on the Luke journal. So I said I was going to ink my edges, and I did, so that means on both sides. With my distress ink, I like a lot, so it's heavy, pretty heavy. Some people like even more than that, and some people like less, so you get to do whatever you want. And so I've got these now folded in half. And that's what I'm working on right now. I've got a couple more to do, so I thought I would turn the camera on. So I highlighted the 5 1/4 inch line on my scoring board, and that makes it easy. I just put the little scoring tool in there, and it makes it so easy to fold your pages, especially if you've decoupaged scraps, because they're kind of heavy, some of them, so that makes it easy. If you don't have a scoring board, because I didn't use one for a long time, I didn't think I needed one, you can take any kind of a dull tool and a ruler, put the ruler down and just score it, and it will fold. However you need to do that. So now what I'm going to do is ink on the fold. And I'm trying to not be on camera and doing a lot of repetitive things. I'm trying to do it off camera so I don't waste your time, but I'm kind of at the point of doing the inking, and I didn't do a lot of inking on the videos, so I'm going to do just a little bit here. So I like to hit both sides, and then of course you got to fold it back the other way, and do the fold. So while I'm doing this, I thought I would bring up, I am in a Bible study at church, and I've talked about this, or I posted about this on the Facebook page about Ephesians, and it's Eugene Peterson's book. Tell you what I'll do when I edit this, I'll put the name of it on the screen, but it's his study of the book of Ephesians. And so the first week, our teacher told us to go home and read the first chapter of Ephesians and then read it in several different translations. And I had always had a lot of trouble with the very beginning of Ephesians, because Paul has this really long run-on sentence with lots of big words, and it just was very hard to wrap your head around. I understood the words, I got the gist of what he was saying sort of, but it just wasn't user-friendly. So I got out the Message Bible, because that is Eugene Peterson's work, the man who wrote our book that we're using in class. So I thought, well, let me see what the Message says about it. And it was very wonderful. It really cleared it up for me. And I know the Message is a paraphrase. It's not a Bible, but it's helpful. It's a tool to help you understand your Bible, I think. And so then I read it to my husband, and he thought it was amazing. And so then we read it the next day. What did I do here? I think I made a mistake on my folding on that page. Hang on a minute. And so we read it the next day out loud. And then I took it to one of my, I have a, wow. Well, that's interesting. That page is not the same size as the other ones. Okay, here's an alert. This one's 10 1/4, so it needs to be 5 1/8. Wow. Okay, so this one's going to need to be scored on 5 1/8 instead of 5 1/4. Which there is a line right there. That might have been a clue for me. Huh. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. All right, so that centers it. Anyway, I read it to my Bible. We call them connect groups at my church, and we just get together for, it can be about any subject. And so this one's just a women's group. And I took the Message with me and read it out loud, and everybody just loved it. Just wanted to mention it on here that if you have it, well, you can get the message on any, you know, Bible app where they have different translations. You can just go to the message and check out Ephesians. And anyway, so that's been what I have been up to. Okay, so now let me go back to these other pages. And so I think what I will do, I'm going to go ahead actually and finish these. I won't make you watch me do them all, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm coming back, and I wanted to also talk to you about, don't forget to take a sanding block or sandpaper or even an emery file like you use on your fingernails, and go over anything that you decoupaged, because the wrinkles, it gets really stiff and it feels not very good to your fingers. But if you take a sanding block and go over it, it softens it and takes that top layer off. And depending on how much you sand, it will weather it, age it, you know, take off part of the design. So I did that on mine, and I'm done now with those, but I wanted to be sure I brought that up to you so you didn't forget. So now what we're doing is we're going to make our signatures, and there are 16 pages. I'm thinking 3 signatures. That'll give 5 and 2 and 6 and 1. And then I usually try to add 1 or 2 pages. Sometimes, like depending on if I want to add journaling space, I add some pages with lines for journaling or something like that, or I even add another signature with nothing but journaling pages so that you have room to journal. One thing though that I know I want to do this time is I'm going to try and add some vellum. I've got some plain vellum here. Then I also have, and I apologize, I am not trying to advertise for Tim Holtz. I just keep bringing up Tim Holtz products, but he does have a lot of cool stuff. So I have this pad that I've been hoarding. I haven't used it. I've been saving it since 2020, I think. And I'm like, okay, come on now, time to use it. So I'm going to take a sheet of the vellum from his pad and use cut it into a page size piece and put it in one of them. Actually, I might even do 2, because I want to see, I don't know how that's gonna, some of these are so pretty. This is my favorite one, this one with the birds. I'm not sure what kind of birds those are, but I think I might make myself use that piece. And so that'll be 2 sheets of vellum, so that would make all of them have 6 pages if I do 2 of those. I'm just going to take, I'm guessing I can use a pencil, and then I'll be able to see it, hopefully. And I'm guessing I can use my scoring board and score it. I really haven't used vellum at all. I think I did some envelopes a long time ago. It's not as easy to work with as paper, so I've been avoiding it. Okay, so there's one page. Not one of my favorites, so I think I'm gonna get, I like the ABCD at the bottom, and I'm not a big fan of those flowers for some reason, so and vellum, you know, the glue doesn't work very well with it, so you have to use Fabri-Tac, so that's another issue. And the glue shows, so you have to be, there's just some things about vellum to think about. I've heard on different videos though that you can use like alcohol inks and sprays and things on them, and because water doesn't soak through them, that they actually work really well on vellum. So I haven't tried that, but that might be one good thing about it. All right, so let's see how this scoring board works on this. Oops. Did I get that straight? Okay, what is going on? Did I just use the one sheet that was... I did. Okay. I just used this as my pattern, and that's the sheet that I that I didn't cut right. All right then. So I need to do 5 1/8. Okay. There. Okay. I didn't push hard enough. I don't know, it feels flimsy. I know it's probably not, but it feels flimsy, so I was like, not pushing hard enough. So as you put your signatures together, and I'm going to do 3, there's a few pages you want to think about, and however you want to fold it, this way or this way. But on the printed pages that I designed, you want to make sure you get the title page. I'm assuming that in the first signature you'd probably want the title page to be the first page. And so then I think I'm going to go ahead and do a vellum page. Oh, what else? Oh, there was another thing. Oh, this page. You want to make sure this goes probably in a center spread, because you don't want it to get with other pages separating the story, because it's a continuous story. So other than that, it doesn't really matter what you put where. It's just up to you what you like. And so I'm just going to go ahead and start putting pages in, I think. And then I'll look at them and see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll just make this the center one on this one, 6. Okay, so there's one signature. And there's another page that has this information about the Gospels that you may want to put in a certain place. It's in all of them. I put the same image, different colors. I'm going to use them in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, just to, so that whichever one you pick up, you can see the differences of them. So let's see. So I'm already looking at colors. Like, do I want those colors together? I'm going to do that because of that sky. I want some blue across from it. So I'm going to do that. And 1, 2, 3. Four. I'll put a piece of vellum in. Let's see. Make sure I've got it right side up. 5, 6. And I'm going to go through and look at these because some of them may not look good together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Too many. 7. So there's 6. Okay, so what I'm looking at is, like, this goes, to me, this looks okay together. The colors have similar colors, and so, green, there's greens on both. This doesn't bother me. Greens in this, pink and green. And then, do I want that as my center page that opens up? And probably not. So I might take this page, even though I liked it with that, flip it over and have this be my middle page, because when it opens up, it's kind of continual, and I kind of like that. And then that puts 2 painted pages together, and then I have to ask myself, do I like that? I think I like that better. That was a little too much wild pattern together, so I mean, that's okay. It's not great, but, and of course we're going to glue things in, so that changes everything, but that looks okay to me. So let me look at this one just real quick. That looks okay to me. I don't love that together. I'm going to take that one out. That looks a little bit better to me. And if you want to know why, it's because it's really strong black and white kind of lettering, very strong, and this is very strong. I think those kind of go together better, even though they're not the same color. So that means this needs to go somewhere. And actually, this might go well next to the vellum. So then I need to ask myself, what do I want in the middle? And I think I like this because it's got this copy. I like this page, and I think I'm going to let that be my center page on this one. So let's see what that did back here. That's okay. Okay. That feels a little weird, but guess I'll leave it. I can always cover up something if I need to. And then this one, yeah, I already did this one. I don't know if I looked at. Those look together, look okay together to me. This doesn't make any sense, but I think I can live with it. Sometimes you have those things that you just can't help, so you have to make up for them when you glue things on the pages. This is the problem, child. Oh well. I'm going to let it go and take care of it when I make the actual journal. Okay, so I've got my signatures ready, and I think I'll go ahead and stop this video, and that way on the next one we'll talk about binding the signatures. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.